All right, well, you should be super excited. It is May 4th, and I know that's this whole May the 4th be with you thing, so a big shout out to Yancey and those guys who are big into Star Wars. Andrew dug that. So here we are, minute 64, day 3 of week 5, and it says, number 1, which activity is more likely to occur? So looking at this, so what are the odds? So if your odds are a hole-in-one is 33,000 to 1, or bowling a game in 300, 11,500 to 1. Which one is more likely? So you have 1 in 11,000 or 1 in 33,000. I'm definitely going to vote that this is it. Now, that would be this one right here. Make sure you read the directions. They could put them flip-flopped, but B. What are the coordinates for this square? Remember, you go left and right, up and down. So left and right's your X, and then your Y. So X is first in the alphabet, Y is second. We are going to 4, up 3. So 4, 3. And this would be in the quadrant 1 because they're both positive. Next, what is 5 1/3 plus 6 1/3? Well, we can just add the fractions right there. So you have 2/3. So, because 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. You can add them because the denominators are the same. Next, we have 5 plus 6 is 11. 11. That is my final answer. Number 4. That's fill in the missing factors of 24. 1, 2, 3. So you can do 4 times 6 or 12 times 2. So this is a confusing thing. 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 6 times 4, and 1 times 24. Complete the pattern. 1, 3, that's plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 4. Oh, you're multiplying by, so there's another rule here. So double 2 is 4, double 4 is 8, double 8 is 16. So your answer should be 31. Sorry. My handwriting's not great. I'll just erase that. 31. Now, we have to figure out what we're going to do here to get to 18. So, what number plus 4 times 3? So, I just need to figure out what times 3 is 18, because when I figure that out, that's what I'm going to add to 4. So, it's not 5, so it's 6. So, what do we have? I'm not going to put 6 here. I need to figure out what do I have to get from 4 to get to 6. I'm going to have to do 4 times 2 is 6. And 6 times 3 is 18. Next. Number 7. Which of the following is not equal to the others? So 30% is the same as 30 tenths. That is the same as 3 tenths. There's 3 tenths. And there is 3 100ths. That is the hundredths place, like pennies. So this would be 3 over 100. So which one is not the same? Not. Number 8. 10 to the 3rd power. That is not 10 times 3. No. It is 10 times 10 times 10. So that means we could just 10 times 10 is 100, and then 100 times 10 is 1,000. This is important because if you're figuring money out, shortchange yourself. If you only did times 3, that means you'd only have $30, and you would have shortchanged yourself $970. Okay, so this is something not everybody's done. So A negative divided by a negative is a positive, just like a negative times a negative is a positive. And they go through this whole situation down here. So this one says negative divided by a negative is positive, so negative. How many times can 3 go into 9? 3, and we're just going to leave it positive. So we have a negative and a positive, negative and a positive. We're dividing. My answer is going to be negative. I'm just going to put the symbol. And 3 goes into 15 5 times. So the answer is negative 5. So I have 3. And I have negative 5. Now I have a positive and a negative, which is the same thing. Now my answer will be negative. And how many times can 10 go into 30? My answer would be 3. So negative 3. If you see something that looks like this, and sorry, I'm going to rewrite that so you can see it. This is actually called the absolute value. So if you see somebody using this symbol like this, what is the absolute value of negative 3? That just means what is the distance from that number to 0? It would be 3, a positive 3. So you're looking for the distance from this number to 0. So it would be just a regular 3 steps. Not negative or positive, or not negative, just positive. Next, so we have a negative and a negative, and there's no symbol. So if there's no symbol, all of these are multiply. So if I'm going to multiply 8 times 8 is 64, I have a positive and a positive, or sorry, a negative and a negative. That's going to get me a positive. 64, that's my final answer. I have a positive and a negative, so a positive and a negative. When I'm multiplying, is going to get me a negative. So I put my negative symbol there. And that's 5 times 9 is 45. So my answer. And then I'm going to come down here. Negative 7 times 9 is negative 63. Remember, use this chart. This is something that we've been talking about. This is what the 7th graders are working on. Just keep paying attention to that symbol. All right, have a good night.